You couldn't show any weakness whatsoever. That's not just in football, that's in life.
Might go all the way for England, Barnes.
Sheringham, would you believe it?
It was always seen as a weakness when we were playing, to even think about going to see someone and say, I'm struggling a little bit. That's the way the world's changing. And I understand it. I think it's for a good thing. There's a lot of people out there that, people have gone through tough times in their lives now. So people understand where they're at when they come to them with the same sort of problems. And I think there's always someone to talk with in football clubs now. They realise that. And if you have got a problem, it's come out recently, the last probably 4, 5, 6 years, that there's people within football clubs that you can go and speak to.
It's completely understandable if you know the history of the world. What have men been told? And of course, now we had an issue with people saying man up. But forget about that. For thousands of years, men have gone to war, and if you get in trouble, you just get on with it. While the women stayed at home.
Yeah.
So men can't show any weakness because, of course, from hunter-gatherer times, this is what men have done. And it's only recently that the discussion as to why can't men go through similar situations as a normal human being rather than separating men and women. So this is a new discussion. But for me, it is completely understandable how we have been conditioned to think in terms of men being strong and showing no weakness. And of course, from a footballing perspective or sporting perspective, it's even doubly magnified because you have to be strong. I mean, you look at players who would have played in the 70s, now you don't show your hurt. Players are going down, not only pretending to be hurt, but in many respects, you couldn't show any weakness whatsoever. That's not just in football, that's in life. So therefore, you look at men, the way we have been conditioned to think for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's only in the last, I would even say 10 years that we're having this conversation. So hopefully 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line, this isn't even going to be a conversation, but we're going through a transitional period of bringing our boys up. And in fact, I see my young boy, and Teddy's got a young kid as well, and I now see my young son, my youngest son, the way he interacts with girls, and not in terms of any relationship, but in terms of being very similar in their emotions and being comfortable in expressing themselves, which is the right way to be. And as much as the macho fathers will be going, come on son, don't be doing that, it makes sense.
Yeah, and do you think that's overall a positive thing for football?
It's a positive thing for life, not just for football.
He scored! And Sheringham makes it 1-0.